Three, two, one. Hey, Fit Vegans in the making. I'm sitting here with Carlos. And today we're going to discuss how Carlos lost 17.6 pounds of fat and built healthy vegan habits. But guess what, guys? I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. Carlos, can you just briefly introduce yourself here for people that don't know who you are?
Hey, Carlos, yeah. I don't know what to say. Just I was looking to get fit and saw you on Vegan Gains channel. Hit you up, let you know what I wanted to do. And yeah, it's been nothing but progress.
Awesome, Carlos. So let's start with this. How long have you been vegan, or how long have you followed a vegan nutrition now?
I think I hit you up around October, so February. April, 8 months now.
8 months, yeah. Nice. And let's go before, to the beginning of this journey of us working together. Tell me a little bit, how was your life before that?
Drinking every day and doing a lot of stuff, and not the best life. Not the world, yeah.
Yeah. So more not healthy habits at all. You would say, yeah.
Pretty much the opposite of what it is now.
Yeah. So let's say Carlos back then, 8 months or before working together. Which goals were you looking to achieve? What was your goal back then?
Right before starting.
Yeah.
I wanted to fight professionally, and something I've been passionate about. Something I've been training for years, and I remember I was actually really drunk, and I was just sitting there and I realized, if I keep up this way, I'm never going to get to where I want to be. And, that's when I saw your ad, and just screw it. I'm going to go all in, and hit you up. And that's when I started making lifestyle changes. Just lose weight. I knew it's what I had to do. Get into shape was the first step.
Yeah. Awesome, Carlos. It's good. It's this complete change from unhealthy habits, more healthy habits. But let's not talk too much about this. Before, before, when you told me okay, you were drunk, you had those unhealthy habits in place. How did you try to achieve the goals that you had when it comes to to weight loss? How did you go about it?
Before hitting you up, I would really I'd work out a lot. I experimented with different diets. I would just do my own thing, kind of eat generally healthy. I remember I tried keto at one point.
Yeah.
Really just made me more depressed. I experimented with fasting. Just kind of a lot of hit and miss stuff. I would see a little bit of progress, and then I'd plateau or I'd get it back, and diet.
Yeah. So would you say you were trying to achieve it, but just it was very hard to be consistent on the changes, and you didn't really know where to go properly. Yeah. Okay. So how did this feel back then? What was the frustration when you want to try something, it doesn't work? Tell me a little bit about that.
It was kind of like that story of Sisyphus, that dude pushing up the rock up a hill. Very frustrating. And does anything work? Because it's I've tried all of this stuff, and it's I'm still back at square one.
Yeah. It's if you're trying to achieve this thing that I think the first time you try, it's okay, I'm gonna make this, and every time you try more and more, it's okay, is this even possible? because like the Albert Einstein said, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. So you were like, okay, is this even possible for me? Maybe I'm just not made to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you saw this like my ad, like working with vegan gains with Richard. So what piqued your interest?
I had been interested in vegan for a minute, which is how I started watching his videos, and
Mm-hmm.
I was just never able to fully commit. I thought, especially like my job being the job that it is,
Mm-hmm.
always on. You don't really get, I guess, the luxury of like really choosing what you eat a lot of the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Basically, I was just always coming up with a new excuse. Not go all in, but yeah, I saw how you talked about it. Like, it seemed very systematic, like science backed,
Mm-hmm.
objective. So I was like, yeah, this guy seems like he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, it's like I'm trying really hard to be systematic and science backed. It didn't come like natural to me. So like okay, you decided, okay, let's give this a shot. Let's see what this Florian dude is all about. Like, what results have you seen like working with me?
Um, I'm a lot leaner than I've been in a couple of years, which is saying
Mm-hmm.
something pretty big.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Athletically, I feel like I haven't felt this way since high school.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just move different. I can like work harder and longer.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, yeah, it's just been a lot of like uh way of feeling that I just forgot I could feel. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. And I'd like to give a quick background here without going too much in details. Carlos working in a very high stress environment, like where he needs to be like really focused and like disciplined. That's right, huh? Yeah. Okay. So Carlos, right now, like which areas of your life have improved and by how much?
Uh, how would you like me to break that down? Like,
It's just like in general.
I don't know. I mean, obviously my mood's a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
Um, kind of crazy how food plays a part into that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like I said, I feel so much more athletic.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's played a part in like my mental health too.
Mm-hmm.
Something, but I just have like a better just sense of well being.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, yeah.
Yeah. But a sense of well-being, how's like your focus like now that you have like healthy habits to before? Like what like would you say it's like a very little change for you, or would you say like it's a very big change?
Definitely big. I feel
Yeah.
like it's the foundation for me to improve upon, like in all
Mm-hmm.
aspects.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, awesome. So why do you think like they have improved? Like what was the biggest factor that influenced those areas of your life?
Uh, I don't know if I could pinpoint that. As far as like the diet goes, I'm not like I don't know too much about nutrition. You know, I couldn't give any info on that, but I know as far as like what your program offers, I know like there are plenty of times I'd fall off the wagon. I'd go on a bender and I'd be like drinking for like a week, just eat like garbage, and then you would just be like, "Hey man, like get back to it," or like there'd be that little group on the app where people were
Mm-hmm.
like always giving each other advice or the weekly check-in, stuff like that. Just really helped ground me and keep me focused
Yeah.
on what I needed to accomplish.
Yeah. Like I remember like we were talking in the first call and I told you like, okay, like one thing guaranteed on this journey is setbacks, you know? You're
Yeah.
always like, especially like when you're wanting to make a big change. Like let's imagine like, okay, you would decide to do this on your own. How would you like, let's before this coaching, like you had a setback, how would you react to this?
Uh, very like I know, self-sabotage.
Yeah,
Like, I'd mess up more on purpose, I guess, almost.
yeah. So it's like it doesn't matter anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But now it's more like, okay, that happened. What can I do to improve? What can I learn from this? And I just, it's very small steps, but they all add on to each other, you know?
yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's funny, like, because before I told you, like, okay, 17.6 pounds. And you're like, what? 17.6 pounds? It's like massive, you know? It's like you almost, like, you don't know, like, unless you're like confronted with your like old situation again, like how much you already achieved so far. And just like making simple changes day by day by day and sticking to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like your consistency, like how would you rate it like before working with me? Like how consistent were you like with your weight loss back then, or with the goals you were trying to achieve?
Uh, Prior to working with you, or just during the whole program with you?
No, let's look at before. You know, like before you were trying to be committed, you're trying to be consistent, but just you were just falling off. Is that true?
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think I really lacked structure and didn't exactly have anything to aim at. Just
Yeah.
try. Uh, yeah. Um, just I guess very misguided. Uh, how I describe it.
Yeah. Okay. So you were like, you were not really sure. Okay, can I achieve this? And like, which steps should I take? Can I even achieve this? Like, do you have the power in me? I just like kind of lost in like your thoughts. Okay, can I really do this? Is this just not for me? Am I supposed to be overweight? Am I supposed to have no control over my habits? Yeah. Okay. So why did you decide to get coached or mentored by me, Carlos?
Um, like I said, you just seemed like you really knew what you were doing. Yeah, I don't remember the ad exactly, but I remember just the way you talked about it. It seemed very like objective and like backed up by facts, like almost like there was a system to it.
Mm-hmm.
And especially coming from like where I was coming from, where it was like just shooting in the dark, and it was like I
Yeah.
didn't know. It seemed like step by step approach. Like these are the hard facts. This is what works. This is what you got to do.
Yeah. Yeah. So it kind of feels like you were walking like through the forest at night, and here's me coming, like giving you a flashlight. Okay, follow me.
Yeah.
Okay. So like what kicked you over the fence to start back then? You know, you saw like this my appearance on the channel, and what changed for you? Like why did you decide, okay, I need to change right now?
Uh, I was at a low point, I guess. Um, yeah, I was at a very low point in my life, and it had been going on for like 4 years, especially the last year and a half prior to starting the program. So I guess I was just tired of sucking and life sucking. So
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
just knew I had to make a drastic change,
Yeah.
just get committed, and yeah,
You were maybe also like kind of realizing, okay, if I don't change, it will not get better. It will probably get worse.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And like, would you recommend others to work with me?
Yes, yes. I've up a couple friends.
Okay, awesome. And like before, you probably like tried to do it on your own. You know, like you were, because like obviously like you're like especially like in where you work and it's like you figure it out by your own. Like, but what decided like okay, like I need help? Was it just like okay, it's not working out by myself? Was it this thought?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
like athlete all my life, so I guess I kind of felt like I knew what I was supposed to do.
Yeah.
But because I mean, I did lose a few pounds on my own, but
Yeah.
after that, I plateaued and didn't see any progress.
Yeah.
I just had to admit, like, you know what? Maybe I don't know as much as I thought I did.
Yeah.
Go look for
Yeah.
a professional.
Yes, I mean, I need to do this a couple of times in my life. I know, like, it's kind of bad in that moment, but once you make that choice, it's like a huge improvement.
Mm.
Yeah. So like, Carlos, who would you say who is a good fit for working with me?
Uh, really anyone just looking to get healthier. Whether you're an athlete or someone that wants to lose weight, uh, anyone that wants to feel better, anyone that wants to perform better, feel better, look better, anything that could fall under that umbrella, I think could gain some sort of benefit from it.
Yeah. Okay, cool. And like, let's imagine someone is watching this interview right now. Why should they take action right now?
Because it works.
That's good to hear. What we say, like, you say, like before, it's a systematic process that you can just follow step by step.
Yeah, because I mean, at one point you just kind of get tired of just. There's so much information out there.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to just process and look through like what's right and what's not, and just. I think it's important to do your own research. Everyone should, but
Mm-hmm.
I mean, something as hard as like weight loss or fitness or whatever, like it's just nice to have someone to provide the information that you need and explain what it is you need to do.
Yeah.
Especially because much out there, it's nice to have someone just like pick the right facts and hand them to you, and then you just work with that and achieve your goals.
Yeah. It's like, I think it's very hard for people because there's so much information out there, so they don't know. There's like, everyone has their thoughts about it, but like 99% of what you read out there is just, it's just not the case. So it's just not true.
Yeah, for sure,
Yeah.
for sure.
And it's hard to find like signal over noise and really find what you should be following to get the results.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah. Okay. Carlos, I remember like before we started working together, you wrote me like, why do you want to achieve it, and your goal, and you wrote that to live your dreams, or at least say that you tried, which kind of stuck with me. So what would you say right now? You're closer to that goal?
Extremely. I mean, it's a long journey, you know. Like I'm not exactly going to be in the UFC tomorrow, but
Yeah.
I was so far that if I hadn't gone through everything I've gone through the last 8 months,
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't have a chance. You know what I'm saying? But like, I'm pretty close to fight weight, and
Mm-hmm.
I feel good. My injuries have healed up, and I think that was really just the biggest hill. Now like, there's gonna be more hills, but they're gonna be a little bit smaller, a little bit smaller.
Yeah.
I feel like I overcame that first gigantic one.
Yeah. I think it was the goal was so big for you that you were thinking, oh, is this even possible? Can I even achieve this? Like, because you were in this hole, and you were looking for a way to get out.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So Carlos, somebody's watching this video and they're thinking they're in the same situation as you. What would be your number one advice be for those individuals that feel they've tried everything, they're in this hole, they don't know if it's even possible for them? What would you tell them?
As long as you're breathing, there's still something else you can do.
Mm-hmm.
Keep looking, keep grinding. Um, you only live once, so just do everything you can. Like you'll for sure get there if you put in that time and effort.
Yeah, that's so true. Just don't give up, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Because yeah, before I met you, I was like, I don't know, things were bad. So
Mm-hmm.
you brought a lot of positivity that I guess I needed. Kind of realized like, oh, this is like, I mean, it's far out there, but like I can see the finish line, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the things like you're very far ahead for your goals, and now it's just a matter of like tweaking little things, to make sure you get your fight weight, fight professionally, and start living your dreams.
Yeah.
Good, Carlos. Now this is the time where I like where can people find more about you online? You also have like you already have like an Instagram channel or so when it comes to promoting your fight presence or something?
No, no, not yet. I got a personal one, but nah, I'm not really trying to put myself out there until I guess I get a few just build up my record. Right
Mm-hmm.
now it's just focused on getting into fight shape,
Yeah.
getting those rounds in, and then yeah.
Yeah. So, Carlos, I think you're a prime example of somebody who was in a hole, who was not sure, like, okay, can they achieve the goal? Who finally like achieved the goals and now looking to further increase their performance and even become an athlete and like make a living out of doing this stuff. So this was Carlos, you're like a person okay, you don't know if this is for you. Health on a 0 on a scale from 1 to 10, and now like health is on a very high importance. Healthy habits in place, healthy fitness in place, looking to become an athlete. So mark the name. Remember the name Carlos. We're gonna see big things for you in the future.
Oh yeah.
I'm positive about this. And yeah, awesome guys. Thank you for tuning in for this quick interview. Thanks for your time, Carlos, too. And hope to see you next time, huh?
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.